Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. If you're joining me from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, or Australia, I appreciate you very much. Thank you very much for being there with me all the time. I appreciate your comments at the comment section. Each comment you make, I follow you up, and I appreciate you so much. For those who are not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much, and remember, today I bring to you more information on things that are going on in Nigeria. You know, that is my mission here, to bring to your doorstep everything that is going on in Nigeria, more especially in the southern part of Nigeria, things that affect the south part of Nigeria and Nigeria as a whole. As you all know, the Oduduwa and the Biafrans are being occupied by the Biafrans, by the Nigerian state. The land is being occupied by the Nigerian state, and they are not able to establish themselves. They are not able to breathe. They are not able to grow. And these two nations are asking for their freedom, asking for self-determination. But the government of Nigeria wouldn't have it. They wouldn't have it. Instead, they are coming down hard on the people who are making their legitimate requests. Each time they come out to threat, each time the government come out to make threat, each time the person they put in Asorock, who they call Mohammadu Buhari, whom the people of Nigeria voted, I'm not even sure if he is the one that was voted in, because he never did the things he's supposed to do, the things he promised he never do, he never fulfilled all his promises, and he never come out to address the people. Each time he comes out, he only comes out to threaten the people, and he threatened the people in a recorded video in Asorock. I want to play with you a recorded video that he used to threaten the people of the south this time around. The people who are asking for secessionists, he called them, the secession people who are asking for their self-determination, he called them secessionists. And he's threatening to deal with them. He's threatening to kill them, just like the way he did in the Civil War. The language he used was that he is going to use the language that they understand. Which language do we understand? Those of us from the south. The only language of terror that we have heard from this very man is the language of war. He is continuously reminding us of war, each time he comes online. Let us hear from him, then we can come back and digest whatever he has to say.
Within whatever resources, we have to make sure we meet all your demands so that no excuse can be given for any failure. So I expect you, what is happening in the southeast, attacking police station, killing the police, taking away arms and ammunition. Now, for those of us who are unfortunate to be in the field for the 30 months of the civil war, to see the carnage of how we kill ourselves, at least 1 million people, I think those that are misbehaving, they were either too young, they didn't know what happened. But for those of us who went through all these things, we can't understand. So we will treat them in the language they understand. So I feel for your understanding and so on. We are going to be very hard sooner than later. We have done our best, changed the service chiefs and the IG. We allow them time to go around to make necessary changes for them to be firmly in charge. We'll try and give them the resources they require, and we will demand security sooner than later. I thank you very much for your presentation. I assure you that this administration will do whatever we can do for you so that we don't give anybody excuse to blame us that we don't want to go or want to have a third term. Thank you very much.
Well, after listening to this man again, you can see he has nothing to offer except offering threat and war. This is another Hitler in Nigeria. Another Hitler in Nigeria. He doesn't want to dialogue with people. He doesn't want to reach out with them. He doesn't want to talk to anybody. All his interest is to Fulanize Nigeria, support his Fulani group, and then subjugate every other person and make sure that every other tribe in that very country is being subdued. Grab as many land as possible and give to his people. Could you imagine that this man could come and concentrate on people who are agitating for self-determination? Meanwhile, the whole northern states are being ravaged by terrorists. The whole northern states are being occupied. The governors are coming out time without number to cry out about the situation in the north. A lot of terrorist activities is going on in the north, being occupied. They renamed some of them to be bandits. Several times there has been a lot of videos flying around. The whereabouts of the bandits is being known. They are carrying their AK-47 and all manner of weapons about. They know their depot, they know their spokesman, they know their spokesperson. Each of the terrorist group in the north are not hiding. They are displaying their arms and ammunition in the open, kidnapping as many people as possible, killing as many people as possible. But this man will never come out to issue threat in them. He will never come out to warn them.
Two separate attacks executed with same methodology by suspected herdsmen were carried out simultaneously in different communities of Jos North and Rayom local government areas of Plateau State. Residents of Dong Village, a suburb of Jos North local government area, were subjected to sporadic gunshots on Sunday evening from the assailants, and that lasted far into the night, at the end of which 8 persons lost their lives.
In the evening, my wife went to her place.
One of the affected persons is a visually impaired man and an undergraduate student of the University of Jos who lost his wife and 2 children to the unfortunate incident, while a clergy expresses disappointment on the inability to secure the corpse of a member for burial.
I heard a gunshot. She responded to me, but for her to come in, the Fulani people have covered them and they have killed them now.
Okay, if the dead body shouldn't be moved, why were the shells, bullet shells on the ground removed? How does that help the investigation? You have dead bodies with bullet wounds. You don't have any bullet so that you can use to plot the trajectory and everything. We are in a modern world. We are not illiterates. We know global practices on policing. We know global practices on what you do at the crime scene. Why were the bullet shells removed?
We want to tell the world the conditions of Zamfara people today, more especially in Zurmi, Birnin Magaji and Kauranamu, the local government, that today banditry activities to our understanding have even turned is worse than Boko Haram to our own understanding, because we have seen their operation with more than 250 bikes, each with AK-47. They attack different villages. They attack a village called Gabaki and kill 5 people. Torawa, they kill 5 people. The other village called Gigia, they kill 1. In a village called Oroi in Zumi local government, they kill 4 people. In a village called Rioji, where I came from, they kill 1 and injured 7 people, including my father's younger brother. Secondly, we have a squad of people in General Hospital, Kauranamoda, some in General Hospital, Birnin Magaji, and some has been taken to Gusau. So we want to tell the world today that they should witness what is going on in Zamfara State, and we are calling the Nigerians, we are calling our National Assembly and all the executive of Zamfara State airline to do something, to do whatever necessary, and stop banditry activities, because it is getting worse. Today we are in condition whereby our pride is farming. Today we cannot go to the farm in Zamfara State. Look at our people everywhere in the hospital. We are all youth graduates, unemployed, we are jobless. And today, even the farm we are going to get what we are eat, we cannot go to the farm. Now we don't even know what is our left and right.
Instead, he is coming out to warn those who are asking for self-determination for them to go their separate ways and live a decent life. The people who are asking for self-determination have never carried a weapon to deal with anybody. They have never killed anybody. They have never killed any innocent citizen in that country. They have never taken any life in that very country. But he comes out time without number to have threat against them. To have threat against them. I don't know, he is protecting a Nigeria that cannot protect its citizen. That is what this man wearing masks in Asorock, this is what he's doing. Each time he comes out to issue a threat. You think that the South will be scared of you? The time of threat have gone. We have lived that kind of threat. We don't want to hear your threat, and we are not after your threat. We are only talking to the world that the world might hear. This time around, we are going to visit you with equal measure that you are visiting to the South. That is what I'm going to visit with you. You mentioned when you're making your speech is totally directed to the Biafrans. We know that is where you are directing your effort. You are directing your speech to Biafrans, telling us how you are going to deal with them, reminding us of how many people were lost in the Biafran war. 5 million people were lost in the Biafran war, which most of them lost their lives through economic attack. They were not allowed to eat. They were killed out of hunger. Children died because of hunger. The southeast part of Nigeria was starved. A lot of people who died in that very war died out of hunger. There was a total blockade, economic blockade to the southeastern part of Nigeria. There was no way they could be able to find a way out. Nobody to help. They were just on their own. But remember, 1967 and today is not the same. 1967 and 2021 is not the same. You cannot create such blockade in the southeastern part of Nigeria anymore. You do not have such powers. You cannot shut us down and let the world not to know what is happening. You cannot do that. IPOB is all over the world. Every part of the world, every inch of the world, including in the highest place of the world, you can see IPOB. And whatever you do, the world is watching and hearing. And we cannot be silent. It is time for us to fight back, and we are fighting back. We are fighting back. There's no going back. It doesn't matter the threat you issue. It doesn't matter what you say. The time has passed that. The threat you are issuing is not just to the Southeasterners. You are issuing a threat to the Yoruba land, issuing a threat to the Oduduwa people, telling us how you are going to kill them and starve them to death. This is what you did during the Civil War. You want to do it again. Already, you have started it already. You and your group have started it already. You can see a lot of markets getting bombed. Every place where the Igbos are doing their businesses, where the Southerners are doing their businesses, wherever you have Southerners doing businesses, they are being set on fire. Every market in the southern part of Nigeria is being set on fire. Any place that doing business is being set on fire. A lot of properties are being lost. A lot of properties are being lost. Money is being lost in huge amount every day. This is happening as we speak now. The economic blockade, that is what you are planning again against the southern part of Nigeria. It will not work this time around. It doesn't matter the way you do it. It doesn't matter how you plan it. It cannot work. We are ready to stand with you, shoulder to shoulder. Equal measure. Whatever you give to the south, we'll give it back to you. It is not before. You cannot divide the south anymore. You are issuing your threat, directing it to the southeastern part of Nigeria. We know that is your target, and already you are down. Your military are down in the southern part of Nigeria, southeastern part of Nigeria, taking the life of people. Taking the life of people on a daily basis, hoping to transfer it to the southwest. Go on. Go on. The world is watching. The world is watching. For somebody to ask for peace, it's not a crime for somebody to ask for peace. It's not for a crime for somebody to ask self-determination. It's not a crime for somebody to ask you to allow him or her decide the kind of life he or she wants to live. It is not a crime. What are they asking for? The Oduduwa and Biafra are asking for referendum. Referendum that people might be able to decide which kind of country they want to be in, because your contraption Nigeria cannot save life or property. You cannot protect your people. How can a sane government leave an area that is being terrorized, that is being occupied by foreigners? You told us bandits are foreigners, terrorists are foreigners, but where these foreigners have occupied, taken land and put in their flag, you have not issued any threat to wipe them out. You are not doing anything about it. And you are here threatening the southeastern part of Nigeria, threatening the southern part of Nigeria as a whole, the way you are going to deal with them. This is the kind of environment we have. Let the world begin to hear. Let the world hear that the second civil war of Nigeria has been declared by Mohammadu Buhari against the southern part of Nigeria. And this time around, it will be a different ball game. It will be a different ball game because he doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to listen. And with that same measure that he's using in the south, we are going to give him that same equal measure. I think then the world will listen and come up and do the needful, because they are silent and pretend as if they will not hear. United Nations is in Nigeria, US is in Nigeria, UK is in Nigeria, all the important bodies is in Nigeria, human rights is in Nigeria. What are you going to tell me about that? They know what is happening. They know what is happening. Every world organization knows what is happening, but they refuse to do anything about it. We cannot be silent anymore. This is time for action. He had issued the threat and drawn the red line. This time around, it can never be business as usual. For those of you who are from the south, who are still talking about somebody who wants to cause war, the war has been declared already. It has been declared. So if you are still sleeping and think because your family has not called you and tell you about the death that is happening, or you have not lost somebody who is direct to you, keep sleeping. It will get to your doorstep. It will get to your doorstep. Wherever you are, continue to add your own voice, more especially those from the south. We are not asking for anything. We're not asking for war. All we're asking for self-determination. We are asking for referendum for people to decide their fate. Referendum, even for the Northerners to have their own peace. For the Northerners to face their business and be able to fight against the terrorists who is fighting against them. Not the southern part of Nigeria. This is what we're asking for. And if you think it is too much to ask, we will continue to ask until we get what we want. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. Thank you and remember blessed. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.